Number 26. A window repair specialist charges $220 for the first 2 hours of repair plus an hourly fee for each additional hour. Okay, so he is charging some additional fee, but how much is that fee? That is not given to us. Okay, the total cost for 5 hours of repair is $400. Fine. Which function f gives the total cost in dollars for x hours of repair? For x hours of repair. Okay. So that means if I write the data x and y, x is the number of hours and y is the cost he is going to charge. So for the first and second hour, he is paying 200, he is charging $220. For the third hour, there is some additional fee which we don't know, let's call it M. Fourth hour, he has to pay it twice. And the fifth hour, he has to pay 400. That is given to us, right? Okay, fine. Now let's leave this question here and go back to the basics of the linear equation when we have y is equal to mx plus b. Let's take an equation y is equal to 3x plus 5, right? So input and output are when x is 0, it is 5. That is known as initial value. So here b is the initial value. For x as 1, let's plug in n1 here. 3 ones are 3 plus 5, 8. 2, when x is 2, 3 2s are 6 plus 5, 11. When x is 3, 3 3s are 9 plus 5, 14. That means when x is increasing by 1, y is increasing by 3. Now if we go back to our question, when these two r's are fixed, no change in that. Now when we increase 1, we don't know how the value of y is increasing. So first that variable has to be calculated, but before that we have to form a linear equation. Y is equal to 220, right? It's not the initial value actually. This is the value for 2 hours. So also we don't know the slope, because for 2 hours it's 220. Instead of x, we will do x minus 2 because 2 hours are already taken into account. So this is the equation we are going to use. Now we have to use the data to find the value of m. So what we can do, for third hour, let's do it for, for fifth hour we have the information. So when x is 5, y is 400. That information is given to us. So when x is 5, y is 400. That will help us to calculate the slope. Okay, so 400 is equal to 3m plus 220. Subtracting 220 on both sides, because we have to isolate the variable to find its value. So that means 3 of m is equal to 0, 8, 180. So m is equal to, dividing by 3 on both sides, 180 by 3. This side 3 will be cancelled. So m is equal to 60. Now this is our initial equation. Y is equal to m, x minus 2, m times x minus 2 plus 220. Let's write this. Y is equal to m, x minus 2 plus 220. Because basically x is the variable, right? We used one of the x values to calculate the m, but that is the basic equation where we have to put the value of m. So m is 60, x minus 2 plus 220. Okay, apply distributive property, multiply 60 with this as well as with this. So that is 60x minus 62 is 120 plus 220 y. So y is equal to 60x minus 120 plus 200 is plus 100. So let's go to options. Okay, A is the correct option, right? If I use this one, y is equal to fx is equal to 60x plus 220. So somewhere I am trying to say that this 220 is the initial value when x is 0, right? So that is not the case. When x is 1 and 2, this is 220. So we cannot take this equation as y is equal to mx plus b and take 220 as the initial value, because x is not 0 here. So we have to use this equation after calculating m to find the linear equation which is appropriate for this situation. So A is the correct option.